would say it's in the background. I always tell people when they ask me if you do want to go pro, I was like, well, if the opportunity presents itself, I would absolutely
Why
love
not?
to.
Yeah.
Big thing for me, she doesn't really know this, but I had a role model like down
Okay.
the hallway. My older sister, yeah, she played Division 1 soccer at UMKC, and
Okay,
we're only
nice.
2 years apart. So like she started lifting, so then I was like, okay, like I'll tag along, and then when she would go to the field and like work on her fitness or her soccer skills, I would tag along too. So I think having someone so close to you to look up to was definitely helpful.
How will these experiences, shape your life?
I think I definitely have made some lifelong friends on this team. And I think our friendships will just come natural after college
For sure.
because we spent 4 years together.
Lots of time.
After in my grade, lots of time together, being student athletes. So.
Welcome back to the Next Gen podcast. Today, we are here in a new location. You haven't seen us here yet. This is my first time getting to record here, so that's very exciting. Recently, we've opened up a Kansas Nation location in Lawrence. So I thought, hey, we've been talking to college athletes. We obviously have this deal with KU. Why don't we take advantage of that? Why don't we get some bigger athletes in here? Some people from my hometown, from my, college. So people obviously I've been following for a while. Today we are here with a KU women's soccer player. Olivia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, welcome in. Before we dive into my, hard-hitting, really crazy soccer questions, I always start off our post with just at the station we have this show, our afternoon show. He has a 2-minute drill. So these are just your gut answer. Whatever is the right answer in your head is the right answer. I will be judging them, but that's okay. You can only cheer for one sports team for the rest of your life, no matter what sport, what league. You can only choose one. What would you choose?
KC Current.
Okay, all right. So with KC being one of the biggest soccer programs in the country, what do you think it means to have that professional women's team in our city?
I think it's really cool because it's the first women's soccer stadium. So for it to be local is just really cool. It's become a goal of mine to maybe even be a part of the team because I played summer team. They have a summer team, so I was part of that program, and we also played in the tournament at that stadium. Okay. So I think it was just really cool to see and experience the stadium.
And you still have time left to be a college athlete. Are you already preparing for that potential, opportunity to be a pro, or you're like, it's in the background, I'm just preparing?
I would say it's in the background. I always tell people when they ask me if you do want to go pro, I was like, well, if the opportunity presents itself, I would absolutely love to.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Have you had a lucky jersey number that's always been your number?
I would have to say the number I have now.
Okay.
Number 2. Yeah.
Is that always been your number?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Why number 2?
It's a great question. I think it's just the number I had when I was younger, and I just stuck with it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And then, okay, I love, anytime I get an athlete on the show, I love to ask them superstitions because it does vary sport by sport. Do you or does the team have any certain things you have to do on game day or before practice that's just that makes the day go right?
Personally, I don't have any.
Okay.
But as a team, before each game, we get in a huddle, and it's like the rock chalk chant. I don't know what the actual name is for it, but we do that every game. So yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, on brand, right? And then the last one before I want to kind of go back in time, if you couldn't play soccer, for some reason, what would be your sport of choice? Would you be interested?
I would say volleyball.
Okay. Did you play volleyball growing up?
In middle school.
Okay. No,
soccer has always been my sport, but I would say volleyball, yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, so backing up a little bit, I want to talk about how you first got into soccer. Why was soccer always your sport? Who kind of brought it to you and was like, hey, how about you try this out?
So I started playing soccer when I was 3 or 4. So I feel like everybody plays soccer at least once in their lifetime. I just continued playing it, and I played for a club, KC Fusion. And I tried other sports, but soccer is just the one that really stuck with me and something I really enjoyed to do. So, yeah, I think that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you know that you wanted to play past, high school and you were like, I want to be a college athlete. I want to take this seriously?
I would say, like, 8th grade.
Okay. So
And, like,
starting young.
well, because 8th grade is, like, the time you're allowed to go to, like, college
Yep.
ID camps and stuff, so that's when I started thinking about it, and then I think come high school, like, freshman year, sophomore year is when I really started,
You're like, it's time to lock in.
yeah.
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 What was that process like for you? What did you, how did you set yourself aside from someone who's just playing soccer because they love the sport, which, no hate against that. That's what I did.
Mhm.
But how did you, take the sport a little bit more seriously or work outside of practice to make sure you could be at that level to play in college?
So can you can you re-ask the
Yeah,
question?
no, you're good.
I had the answer, then it just
Yeah. Oh, same
went
thing
over.
happens to me all the time. So when did you know that or how exactly did you take your sport a little bit more
Mhm.
seriously than someone who's just playing for fun? What steps did you do to make sure that you would be at that point to be able to be a college athlete?
I think I applied for a lot of, college ID camps.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think a big thing for me, she doesn't really know this, but I had a role model, like, down
Okay.
the hallway, my older sister, yeah, she played Division I soccer at UMKC, and
Okay,
we're only 2
nice.
years apart. So, like, she started lifting, so then I was like, "Okay, like, I'll tag along," and then
Mm-hmm.
when she would go to the field and, like, work on her fitness or her soccer skills, I would tag along too. So I think having someone so close to you to look up to was definitely
Yeah.
helpful.
Did you ever have like a competition stance with her or just like the role model aspect?
I think, I'd be lying if I said there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't no competition.
It's siblings. You have to have
Yes,
competition,
yes,
right?
but she was a huge role model for me.
For
Yeah.
sure. So walk me through a little bit of what that actual recruitment process started looking like
Mhm.
for you, when you were reaching out to coaches, going to the camps, where did you go? How'd you prepare for those?
I think I started sending, like, emails of, like,
Mm-hmm.
my highlights in, like, high school, and then they couldn't contact me until my summer going into my junior year, if
Right.
I'm remembering
I think
correctly.
that's right.
Yeah, so when that date hit, like, I got a couple emails, and it was just, like, about phone calls and
Yeah.
going back and forth with college coaches, but if there's one thing I knew for certain is I did not wanna go far from home.
Fair enough.
So, those further schools, I was kinda like, "Eh."
Would you ever have considered, okay, growing up in the KC
Mhm.
area, were you a KU fan?
Yes,
Okay, good.
my family is a KU family. My
Okay.
dad played football for
Oh,
KU
perfect.
back
So
in the
you're
olden
like
days, so yes.
second generation KU student athlete?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yes.
That's impressive. That's
Mhm.
a legacy to hold on to.
Yeah.
So you gonna push your kids to KU or just like whatever they want to do?
I mean, wherever the wind blows you, I don't
Right, I
really know
know.
where I'm
I'm a
gonna end
KU
up.
family
Yeah.
too, and I was like, my parents would love me too,
Mhm.
but do I want to? Do I want to do my own thing?
Like, will I be here in Kansas still? I
Right.
don't know,
Who
but
knows?
we'll
Who
see.
knows?
Yeah.
That's you guys have to figure that out. We're
Yes.
not worried about that today. Um, moving into when you started like seriously considering KU,
Mhm.
what made KU the place that you were instantly like, I love the coach, like not from the family aspect, but from the soccer
Mhm.
aspect, the team, the coaches, the school itself. What really pulled you in and said, this is my school?
I think just going to the games throughout the years growing up, and going on my visit, everyone was really welcoming, and I really liked the program, the facility, and I remember vividly, like, walking into a game, and their warm-up T-shirt said Black Lives Matter, and that was a huge thing for me, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, like, I think I see myself here."
Do you think if I guess the morals or the culture of the team or
Mhm.
the university didn't line up with your own, that would have been something that would have deterred you from going to KU?
I think it's more of because they aligned, it influenced me to come
Yeah,
here more.
makes sense.
So, yeah.
Nice. When did you start to bond with the team? What was, meeting the girls, maybe if they were leaving before you were gonna get here, what did you kind of walk into and be like, "Oh, these what am I walking into?" For me, that would be an intimidating
Mhm.
experience. What was it like for you?
I mean, I was for sure, like, intimidated because,
Right.
like, how old was I? I was 16 on
Mhm.
my visit, and these girls were obviously older than me.
Yeah.
I had to try to remember. I was definitely quiet,
Yeah.
but, like, I was just, like, observing, and experiencing how, like, these girls interact with each other, and I think it was, like, a family environment, and that's something that I really liked, yeah.
Now that you're actively on the team and there's other girls coming up and having their, recruiting meetings, whatever, how do you help include them into the team and show them, like, this is the family atmosphere that we want to bring?
I think it's just being almost, like, starting the conversation because I was in their position at one point, and I was, like, nervous to start conversations with older girls, so I think just being very welcoming
For sure.
and kind is a huge thing, yeah.
Now, again, you're in it, you're living it. What does day-to-day life look like just from the soccer aspect of being a student athlete?
Very busy to say the least. I have class in the morning.
For sure, yeah.
And then training. And then back to Stouffer apartments, and then the next day, do it all over again. Yeah.
So give me like a general week-to-week breakdown of, think like a job. You could say, okay, for my job, I work 20 hours a week. For soccer being your job, how many hours do you think you commit to soccer every week?
Oh, wow. Pretty sure there's like a rule.
Probably.
Like, I'm trying to think. Don't have training Monday.
Okay.
I have training Tuesday and Wednesday. It's probably like 3 hours each. Then game day, like 4 hours probably.
Yeah.
And then Friday, 2 hours, probably 20 hours.
So it's a commitment. Like, it is a part-time job in itself. On top of, you're trying to be a college kid, you're trying to, get a degree. You're studying sports management.
Correct.
Okay, I would say if KU Athletics website is correct. What would you like to do with that degree?
I still don't really know what I want to do after college. I probably should know a little bit more by now, but
I got time to figure it out.
I would say just something in the sports field.
Yeah. Would you want to do more media, more marketing, behind the scenes, operational, or just whatever happens, happens?
I would say whatever happens, happens.
Fair enough.
Yes.
You need time to figure it out. I'm not worried about that part. About the team, like, so do you live with other girls on the team? So who do you live with? Tell me about you guys' like living situation.
So we live at Stouffer Place Apartments. That's on campus. I live with Caroline, Jocelyn, and Livy.
Nice.
Yes.
So what is it like living in, an apartment where you're all busy, you're all trying to do college? Tell me a little bit about like how you still have time to just be friends.
I mean, I'm with these girls like every single day, whether it's on the training field or in our apartment. So I think just like my bond with each of them just is something that comes natural just because it's daily interactions and we can easily relate to one another because we're both student athletes on like the same team.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You get it. You kind of have someone to like bounce ideas off of and everything. Okay, give me a little bit of a game day, travel day experience. What does that look like?
Travel day?
Yeah.
So like, are you talking about like from when we like leave?
Sure. Wherever you want to start what is your like commitment to being the student athlete, being out there and you're like, okay, I gotta get out of town. I gotta pack for what? Like what happens if you forget to pack something? What happens if you get there and there's, you can't be there?
So this Thursday we play K-State. That's a night game.
Do you want to dig into that?
Yeah, it's a night game. And then next morning we have to leave to go to Texas because we play Tech on Sunday. So it's like early morning, like I think like around like 8 a.m. We get on the bus, drive to the airport, get on our flight. I haven't looked at the teamwork schedule yet to be exact, but then we spend the night at a hotel. Then Saturday morning we have training and then scout. And then we kind of just hang out at the hotel. And then I would say on Sunday is when you wake up earlier because it's like a earlier game. We have a team meeting and then we just head to the field. And then after the game, we shower and we get back on the bus and drive right back to the airport to come back home.
Right. So does all of that travel, do you think that adds an extra challenge to your, mindset on game day, or it's just like you're so used to it that it doesn't even phase you that you have to worry about all this travel stress and all of that?
I think I've been here for 3 years, but every season when we travel for the first time, it reminds me how like traveling can affect you.
Yeah.
Like takes a lot of time. So it's
Mhm.
like you feel extra tired, but you quickly adapt because I've been doing this for quite a
Right.
while.
Yeah.
But
You're used to it at this
yeah.
point. So, speaking of K-State,
hmm
obviously a big game. In women's soccer specifically, is K-State still number one, not enemy, but like rival? Are they still you guys' biggest competition, or is there someone else in the conference that you're like, we would love to beat them every year if we could?
I would say it's
Still
K-State
K-State.
still. Yeah.
Okay, so going into that game, do you prepare any differently than you would for any other team?
No, I don't think so. I think we
Okay.
prepare the same. We give each team the same amount of respect that they
Mhm.
deserve. Going into each game, we have a scout, so that
Right.
looks different for each team, obviously. But no, I think it's about the same. Yeah,
And what is that scout role like? Is that by you girls? Is that by a coach?
it's by coaches.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Mhm.
So are they going to come to you with what kind of information are they going to tell you about your opponent?
They're going to tell us like the patterns they see, or like what to expect from
Mhm.
K State when it comes to like set plays or just um, play in general,
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. In a defensive position, what kind of things are you kind of hearing in that meeting and like taking into account of, okay, I need to adjust how I play this way or that way?
I would say formation is a big thing. Like if they have this might not make sense, but if they have like a 3 front or like a 2
Mhm.
front, it definitely affects the back line and what
Yeah.
they have to change.
Being a local girl, being obviously KU fans, close to home, what does your family support look like as a student athlete?
Huge. Honestly, it's my family has been my number one supporters
Mhm.
my whole life. They do actually make it to every single home
It's
game.
impressive. That's a
Yeah.
commitment in itself.
hmm
Nice.
So I'm really lucky to have a supportive family. Yes.
Do you go visit them back home often, or do they just come up and see you?
I go back home quite
Yeah.
often. I mean, we have Mondays off, so I just go back home for the
Yeah.
day, come back the next day. Yeah.
Do you just hang out with family dinner, just get away from Lawrence for a minute? What's your off day look like?
Mostly just to get away because
Yeah.
both my parents are working, and then my little
Nice.
sister will come home,
Yeah.
spend some time with her. Yeah.
Nice. Love that. Um, I want to know a little bit about the things that we might not see on TV, that we might not see from looking at scores. Give me like the culture of the team. Who is on the team your biggest like class clown?
I would have to say Sage.
Okay. Why?
hmm Um, she never fails to make me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
She's also number 4, so in the locker room, she's very close, like
Nice.
next
Okay.
to me. Me and her just, just laughter after laughter. I think so. I would
Do
say
you
her. Yeah.
think that her presence on the team helps like keep everyone loose? Or is there a big impact in having, that kind of jokester on the team? Does that impact you guys' just natural chemistry on the field? Get rid of some nerves?
I think her humor just helps relax the locker
Yeah.
room because sometimes uh, things aren't always going our way, but just having her there, I think, is really helpful for the team. Yeah.
Do you have a personal like role model on the team that you've kind of looked up to, or maybe now she's graduated, but when you were younger on the team that you were like, they are a great example of what I want to be like?
Trying to think. I would say one person that I looked up to on the team is now graduated,
Okay.
Mackenzie Bovey.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of my closer friends, but also her being older, she had more experience and she plays the same position or played the same position as I did. Or I do, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But just being able to watch her and what she can accomplish on the field, it was something that has always been inspiring to me.
Are there any relationships that you've met through the team that you are like, these will be lifelong friends? How do you think that you're after soccer, after being a KU athlete,
Mhm.
How will these experiences, shape your life?
I think I definitely have made some lifelong friends on this team,
Mhm.
and I think our friendships will just come natural after college
For sure.
because we spent 4 years together
Lots of
after in
time.
my grade, lots of time together,
Yeah.
yeah, being student athletes, so, yeah.
How do you manage your academics? How do you set your schedule to this is soccer time, this is school time, and now this is I need my personal break time? How do you kind of manage making sure you can make everything work?
I think just checking Canvas is what I use a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like the checklist, because it shows me when assignments are due and such,
Right.
and just checking Canvas constantly and making sure I'm not procrastinating. And then I also utilize our academic advisor,
Mm-hmm.
Joni. She's really helpful, making sure that I stay on top of things.
What kind of academic support does the team offer you and help, make sure, again, everything's in line?
So we have Joni. She's our academic advisor. And then if you want tutoring, you just go to Joni and she can easily set up tutoring for you for whatever class or for however long you need it.
Have you had any times throughout your time at college where you were like, I am so grateful that I have this backing and this support behind me because I'm an athlete?
Yes, I definitely have had trouble with a professor before.
Oh, fun.
Just with a due date with an assignment, and I just think with Joni's support, and just the coach's support,
Mm-hmm.
they really helped me fix the situation,
Right.
and so I think that's a time where I was really grateful for their help. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Are professors generally pretty um, understanding of your schedule as a student athlete, or do you kind of run into some struggles with that?
Majority of professors are very flexible
Mm-hmm.
and understand, and then there's everyone at least gets one professor where on their syllabi is like, "No accommodations for student athletes," like, "Don't care, it doesn't matter," and they
Right.
just yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, I mean, we're taking sports management
Mhm.
classes. Obviously, we're gonna have lots of athletes in the classes. What has been the most memorable moment of this season so far?
I would say Florida State,
Okay.
mhm,
Why is that?
because the 2nd team in the nation,
Mm-hmm.
and it was our one-team game, and I believe it was another thing going on for
Okay.
that game. So it was a huge game,
Right.
and we're playing
Obviously.
one of the best teams in the nation, and I think I'm just really proud of how we played and how we came out,
Yeah.
and all odds may have been against us, but we performed for sure.
Yeah. Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
You show up, gotta do what you gotta do. Is there any teammates this season that you're like, they deserve a shout out? They are setting the pace for this team.
I would say Kate or
Okay.
Sophie Daw.
Okay, now why them?
So me and my family have a nickname for Kate. We call her
Okay.
the teleporter because she is on one side of the field and on the next, like she's just everywhere.
Right.
She's a really, she's has a huge part. Um, is really helpful and a hardworking player. Yeah.
All right. So this episode doesn't go live until next Friday, the 10th.
Mhm.
So right now you have 3 games before that happens.
Mhm.
Obviously K-State, and then Texas Tech, a ranked team, and then Iowa State, I believe, also away. Give me some predictions. Give me some like what you're looking forward to. Obviously, when this goes out, all of that's already gonna be you're gonna have played them. I'll have the results. We can
Yeah.
we can let everyone know how you did. But how are you looking forward to those games? Do you take it one by one, or are you like we have a little away stretch coming up that I got to think about?
Um, sorry. I would say we take each game like one by one.
Mm-hmm.
I have the hiccups now.
Of
Apologies.
course.
So I think we take each game one by one. Going into each game, I think we just try to uh, give it our best. And I
Okay.
think coming off of losing to Baylor and TCU, um, we have more just like we just have to win these games.
Yeah.
We really just have to. So
Fair
yeah,
enough. Moving on to the future, you still have after this season, is it one more year of eligibility or 2 more years?
one more year.
Okay, so next year, your senior season,
Mhm.
anything you're looking forward to or just continuing to get to play your game?
Nothing that I'm really looking forward to. time has flown by for sure. I feel like I was a freshman yesterday.
Yeah.
Just not going through the motions because it is my last year, and even now, like, just giving it my all because it's soon going to come to an end, yeah.
For sure. Now, when it does come to an end, are you looking to continue your soccer career? Are you going to stay involved in the sport in any way? Are there any future plans that you want to do after your time at KU?
If the opportunity to go pro presents itself, I'd absolutely love to go that route.
Okay.
For sure.
Any team specifically that you're like, I would love to play for that team? Or you're like, if I get on a team, then I'm going to live that dream wherever it is?
I think if I get on a team, then I'm grateful for wherever or whoever that is. A team that my favorite team is KC Current.
Obviously, it has to be.
Yeah, because I also played on the second summer team this summer, and that was a really cool experience.
For sure. Do you make it out to a lot of games, or you just keep up with them when you can?
Mostly keeping up with them online just because time.
You're busy. You're a student athlete. You got things to do.
Yes.
Do you know what that kind of recruitment process would look like if you do go down that path in a couple years? How you would get involved and tell the coaches, like, hey, this is something I'm interested in. How do you do that?
See, that's a great question.
You got to figure that one out.
I do have to figure that one out. Yes.
You got time. Okay, well, one that you do know, going back in time, if you were to give your advice to any, high school athletes, anyone who's wanting to be a D1 soccer player, what would be like, the number one thing you would tell little Olivia of reach for your dreams, go out and do this?
I think a big thing for me is I played for KC Fusion, and it wasn't at UCNO club. And if you don't know what UCNO is, it's like a national league.
Yeah.
So it's more expensive and more traveling, and some might say more exposure to college coaches. And I think playing for KC Fusion isn't something I would change for the world because I believe that I got the same or a good amount of exposure to college coaches.
Yeah.
And I still achieved my goals in playing a Division I school. So I think that's a big thing for me because it's a big conversation, especially like today.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that of like, I'm most familiar with like the basketball recruitment process, and I have friends that work for like Nike UIBL, and their whole job is to help promote these high school athletes. But if you're saying, hey, you can do it without having that national exposure, you can just do it through your own resources, then why do you, besides for the resources, why was choosing that route a little bit more of for your path, like the best option?
I think me and my family definitely had the conversation of me going to UCNO, but I was always like, yeah, no, like, because I wanted to be involved with like school dances, like prom, and I didn't want to travel every other weekend, and I wanted to play high school soccer.
Do you think that doing everything the way that you have and now having the balance at KU, do you think that you manage your athletic, your academic, your social life? Do you think you have a good balance? Do you manage that well?
I think I do. It's definitely an adjustment for sure, but I think I have it balanced pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I think that is all that I have to talk about. I wish you luck on all of your future games. We'll keep everyone updated on how Olivia and the team is doing for these, especially Sunflower Showdown. I know everyone cares about that. But other than that, just thank you for being here today. Have a great rest of your season. Give your Instagram a little shout out for me, and we'll make sure to tag you when I start getting everything up on there. Olivia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.